On a map, it's just a line. But off the map, it becomes a journey, shaped by terrain, history, and the people who came before us. Those lines don't just lead somewhere, they become legends.
We traveled to Moab, a small desert town that has become one of the most famous off-road destinations in the world. For decades, jeepers, dirt bikers, and off-road explorers have come here to test their skills on the Slickrock trails around town. Moab sits between the Colorado River and huge red rock cliffs. The terrain here is unlike almost anywhere else. The sandstone has incredible traction, and the trails climb up and down these massive rock formations. Because of this, Moab has become a true Lines to Legends destination in this series. These trails are not just routes on a map, they are trails people dream about driving. Long before jeep trails and off-road trips, this desert around Moab was explored by miners and prospectors searching for uranium and other minerals. They created rough routes across the Slickrock to reach remote mining areas. Many of those early paths eventually became the off-road trails we drive today. After the drive, we finally made it to Moab. Our friends from Shift Auto and Off-Road hooked us up with the house where we were staying for the week. This trip is a little different. Usually we're camping out on the trail, but this time we're slowing things down. Good trails during the day and relaxing with friends at night.
Oh, there's a little kick.
Jump back on that main road and just come right back to where we're at.
For this episode of Lines to Legends, Fins and Things is the proving ground, a legendary trail carved into the rolling sandstone just outside Moab, where traction meets trust, and every climb rewards you with a view worth the effort. Here, the lines are endless, the challenges are real, and the experience is unforgettable. One legendary trail, one legendary destination, one legendary waypoint. This is Fins and Things, and it earns its place in the Lines to Legends collection. This trail is a guided trail inside the Onyx Off-Road. That means it has been mapped and rated by the Onyx Off-Road community, providing detailed information about obstacles, difficulty, and what to expect along the way. If you're planning a trip to Moab, especially for the first time, I highly recommend checking out the Onyx Off-Road app. It makes exploring new trails much easier with guided routes, waypoints, and detailed trail information right on your phone. With over 650,000 miles of mapped off-road trails, you'll definitely find something that fits your adventure. Huge thanks to Onyx Off-Road for sponsoring this video. Be sure to use my discount code and save when you subscribe. If it's your first time visiting Moab, I always recommend starting with Fins and Things. This trail is a great introduction to what driving on Moab's Slickrock is really like. You'll experience steep climbs, fun descents, and narrow rock fins that make the trail feel like a roller coaster. It's challenging enough to be exciting, but still manageable for most well-built vehicles and drivers who take their time. One of the biggest things you learn here is how much traction the sandstone has. Once you start trusting the terrain and your vehicle, your confidence grows quickly. By the end of the trail, you feel more prepared to take on bigger and more technical trails that Moab is known for. This trail has been driven by jeepers for decades. Early off-road explorers and locals started running routes across this slick rock back in the 1950s and 60s. The long rock fins gave the trail its name, and today it's still one of the best places to learn how Moab traction really works. And at least, rear lockers are a must. The Fins and Things Trail is one of the most iconic off-road experiences in the Sand Flats area just outside Moab. Right from the start, you're driving across massive sandstone formations with wide open views of the Red Rock Desert in every direction. In the distance, you can often see snow-capped La Salle Mountains, which create an incredible contrast against the desert landscape. The trail constantly climbs up and down long, narrow Slickrock fins, creating a roller coaster feeling that makes this trail both fun and memorable. Along the way, you'll face steep climbs, off-camber sections, and sharp descents that test your throttle control and your confidence. Some obstacles may look intimidating at first, but the amazing traction of the Slickrock makes them very manageable when you drive them carefully. This trail has become a classic in the Sand Flats recreational area because it offers a full Moab experience in a relatively short distance. Beautiful scenery, technical driving, and a real sense of adventure. There is also a small entrance fee to access the Sand Flats area, which helps maintain the trails and protect this unique landscape for future visitors. That's a wrap on this episode of Lines to Legends. Fins and Things brought fun sandstone lines, technical sections, and classic Moab views. If you're visiting Moab, be sure to experience Fins and Things for yourself. For the rest of the story, go to my channel, subscribe, and watch the next video. Another legendary trail added to the collection. See you on the next adventure.